Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I did this super colorful, festival-y type cut crease, glam, sparkles, the whole shebang. Basically, it's the first impressions of the Hudabeauty Electric Obsessions palette. I was very hesitant at first to get it just because it doesn't come with very many shades, but it's so pretty as you can see here. It's got a vast variety of different bright shades. Basically, this video is going to be voiceover because I didn't realize that I wanted to do YouTube because I've always been doing my Instagram, so I'm just kind of quiet and holding it up. So it is going to be in voiceover, and then when I was finished, I was like, why not, you know, talk to you guys? Why not do some YouTube videos, you know? Expand my horizons. So I guess I will also let you know my thoughts of the eyeshadow in the video. If you would like to see how I got this colorful festival look, then please keep watching.
Alright, cue grand entry Hudabeauty Electric Obsessions palette. Here I'm going to be taking the yellow shade from the palette and start working this into my crease in windshield wiping motions. You know the drill with that. I basically say that every damn time. And if you're wondering why my voice sounds a little weird, it's because I'm sick. Now that the yellow is nice and blended, and oh god damn, look at that peach, girl. That peach is fire, 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 fire. But yeah, we're taking that peachy shade from the palette and now just going a little bit underneath the yellow and blending it exactly the same way we did with the yellow. And girl, look at that pigment though. I mean, mwah, mwah, so beautiful, so beautiful. So now it's the fun part of cutting the crease, and I'm using Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And excuse my resting bitch face here. I don't know what's going on. I think I might have had like a bad text message or something. I don't know what's going on here, so excuse that. But a little tip that I have for finding exactly where your crease is just to apply product on your lid and looking up and kind of following that line to kind of guide you until as far as you want to go, which here I only did half cut crease. And then I'm just filling it all in and blending the concealer all down on the lid and where the crease line is started. Oh, I love this part. This part was my favorite, you guys. So this was this light, I don't know, it's like a tealy color, but I don't know, it was really drawing my eye, and I just went with it and applied it on my lid, and my goodness, I didn't even, you know, spray setting spray. I didn't touch it with my finger to apply on my lid. I just dipped into the pan and applied it right to the lid. And my goodness, was it hella pigmented. Like, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shade. So basically, I just put this all over where I put the concealer. And yeah, it's, oh my gosh, just so gorgeous. My favorite shade, I think, so far in that palette. So here, it's time for the hot pink shade, and I decided to put it on the outer corner. It's so funny that this look, I just wasn't even thinking what would match together. I was just kind of like looking at the colors that really were drawing me, and then I was like, hey, where am I going to put it? And I just went with it. And this shade is hella pigmented too, like, can you see that? And do you see how nice it blended with the teal? Oh my goodness, like when I was like blending it into each other, it was like turning into like a little bit of a purple fade, and oh my, I don't know, it had like some ombre effect, and it was just gorgeous, darling, like gorgeous. But yeah, so I'm applying this on the outer corner, and then I'm just lightly blending it into the blue, so it's not like harsh shade, you know, like blocks, like blue and then pink. It's like blended and faded into each other, if that makes sense. Cue in grand entry of Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy Glitter Liner. I honestly love this glitter liner. It is pretty pigmented with one swipe. So basically what I'm doing with this step is I'm just following exactly where that end of the blue is, and just following along there, kind of like the cut crease, and only doing it halfway just to add a little bit of zazz to the eye. So for here, I'm taking the Too Faced Sketch Marker Liner, And basically with this step, you just want to sort of create your tail first, and I basically do that, then I wing it back down, and I just follow my line backwards, if that makes sense, halfway, and then I'll start following it from the inner corner regular way. I seriously don't know if this makes sense, but in my head this does, so I apologize if it does not to you. I now take a baby wipe and just swipe exactly where the liner is and bring it up to snatch that line. Now we're taking the heavy metal glitter liner again, and we're just going to follow right underneath the black liner just to add a little bit more oomph, be a little bit extra, you know. And here I'm taking the Lily Lashes Big Day Lash, and poof, now they're on. Here I'm just taking the Porefessional primer, and my hands are already washed, and I'm just going to distribute this basically where I have textured skin, which is just in my cheek area, and basically it, I guess. Outwards and onwards, my nose, sure, yep. So this Huda Beauty foundation, honestly, I'm in love. Like, I have dry skin, and it is a matte full coverage, but it's not so drying, and it doesn't make you look cakey. It's just so amazing. It smells so good. I feel like if you guys have not tried it yet, defos try it if you're looking for a new high-end foundation. But basically, I just like to distribute it with a Sephora brush, just kind of all over my face, and then I'll take a damp beauty blender just to make sure everything is, you know, blended nicely. Don't forget to apply the product on your ears and your neck. You don't want to be looking like you're wearing a damn mask, you know. Taking Tarte Shape Tape. Oh my god, it is the best full coverage concealer, just up my alley. And I'm just applying it in like stripes under my eyes. I apply it on the sides of my nose. I apply it just, I guess, under my lips. I don't know how to explain that. The chin and the forehead. And then I was trying to do it with a brush. I don't know why I was trying to be different this time, but yeah, I kind of went back and forth between using my regular, which is a beauty blender, and then taking a brush, which didn't really work for me. But yeah, that's just what I did. For here, I'm baking exactly where I had put the concealer, and I'm just using my Laura Mercier translucent powder for that. And yeah, I'm just using a Sephora brush. I feel like it works better than a beauty blender. It's just my routine, it's my habit. So while we're baking, I'm going to take the purple shade from the palette and just start sweeping this on my under lash line there. Get some pop of purple. So for contour, I just kind of wanted to keep it simple and just use my Hoola bronzer. I'm just basically contouring under my cheek bones, my forehead, and my jawline. I also did a little bit of nose contour. I just kept it really simple and then bronzed up my face with the same product. Basically all I did. Taking some Benny Tint, I'm just applying this onto a blush brush, and I'm just going to pat this onto the apples of my cheek and then take a beauty blender just to kind of over dab it and make sure it's not so harsh. So I had overlined my lips with Boldly Bare, but I don't know what happened to the footage. I just don't have it. But yeah, now I'm taking MAC Velvet Teddy matte lipstick and just applying this all over my lips. Then I will be applying a lip gloss from kissnypro in Bailey's Vanilla just onto the center of the bottom and top lip just to make it look fuller. For highlight, I am going to be using the Fentybeauty Hustlaababyyy Mean Money highlight, and I believe I'm taking the shade Hustlaababyyy. I don't know, it's confusing, it's not exactly labeled, on a fan brush, and just sweeping this on the high points of my face, so that will be on, you know, the cheekbone, on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow on my lips. and I do apply a little bit onto my collarbone as well.
So my final thoughts on the Hudabeauty Electric Obsessions is I absolutely love it. I felt like the colors are super pigmented. I didn't really have to dig into the pan. I just would dig in a couple times, put it right onto my eye, and the pigment was just wow. It also wasn't hard to blend either, which I noticed that sometimes super pigmented eyeshadows can be super hard to blend, but these blended like a dream. I would actually say that maybe even beginners would be able to work with this palette as well. And just the shimmer, I mean, I didn't even have to spray it with setting spray to get this beautiful pigment. And this eyeshadow, I did it about 3 hours ago and it's still pigmented and pretty and just phenomenal. Like, I highly recommend this palette. I paid for this with my own money and I'm in love. I will be reaching for this on my colorful look days. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want me to upload more frequently, just let me know, because I just feel like sometimes with YouTube there's just not so much of an audience as I do with Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram and you're new to meeting me, my Instagram will be linked down below. If you're from Instagram, hi, welcome. Thank you for watching today's video. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are, or a night. Mwah! I love you guys.